Welcome. With me in the studio is Stephanus Buys from First National Bank. And today we're going to talk about cash flow and what you can expect from your banker if cash flow is tight. Stephanus, welcome.
Thank you, Theo.
Let's start with the relationship between a banker and a client, specifically around cash flow. How would you describe that?
So I don't want to go as far as saying it's the holy grail, but I think relationships will always be a very important part within the banking environment, especially when it comes to serving customer needs. I know that technology has advanced in great leaps and bounds, but the relationship for customers are still very important. So when there's uncertainty, and I think with cash flow and the pressure that we all see panning out in the world with inflationary pressure, I think most businesses need to tread carefully to understand how to navigate through these troubled waters. And I think that's where the banker needs to step in and assist to give guidance and get customers to understand what the cash flow profile looks like, where they can save money and where they can turn the cents around and actually make a bit of extra money. I think one of the things that we often see is that money in some instances lie idle in check accounts. By simply just moving it into an account where it bears interest, it's already additional income for a business owner. But I mean, in the busyness of everything, it's sometimes overlooked, and it's important for bankers to remind customers that there is assistance to understand how they need to structure those things, to be a bit more efficient with their cash flow. I think also understanding the cash flow cycles when the money is required. That's where the bankers can give guidance to say, if money is only required to do a payment, say in seven days' time, you can actually, there is products available to move the money into the account, bear interest for 7 days and move it back. We've even gone as far as automating that sweeping functionality for our customers. So it's less onerous for them having to log into the online banking or phone the banker and ask to sweep the money across. It actually happens automatically. Is these constant kind of evolutions of pieces of technology that we introduce into our value proposition to make sure our customers have a more seamless experience with the bank. So it's not a mutually exclusive thing where you either have a relationship with the bank or you use the online facility. It's actually becoming very integrated and often to the point where the customer, the banker and the technology, it's a seamless thing that they can use.
But it comes down to the relationship, doesn't it?
Absolutely. The relationship, specifically in the commercial segment, is critical. For us, it's not just about the pieces of technology or the advice that we put in front of our customers, but we also see the inputs that they provide to us as valuable. So if we don't have those conversations, we can't shape the technology, we can't shape the value propositions that we put in their hands.
And technology assists with this relationship.
Absolutely. And I think sometimes there's this fear around technology that it's something that's going to replace the human element of stuff. But what we actually see, it's a complement to it. That relationship remains the center of everything that we do. And it's around trust. I think you'll never do away with trust. We know what's happening in the banks in America. The wonderful thing about our banking system, it's healthy, it's resilient. And again, it's not just because of regulation, but because of sound relationships and the care that we take in those relationships.
One of the other areas where you're involved is agriculture. Agriculture is historically a volatile industry. It is difficult to predict. Any specific message when you talk to the farmers, to the producers?
Absolutely correct in what you're saying there, Theo. It is very volatile at the moment. I think with input costs running away, we know high oil prices, those kind of things, it makes the planning even more onerous for farmers. Again, that's where we've got relationship bankers that's there to guide them through this thing, to help them understand the cash flow and to see where they can optimize their own cash flow needs. We know it's things that change dramatically. But again, the bank offers a suite of products, a suite of functionality that makes it easier for them. I think it's through that relationship we can guide and we can actually establish what are the things that they need and then make sure that we put the right tools in front of them to make their lives easier. Because we know a farmer doesn't have much time in a day to be thinking about banking and finances. There's so many other things that they need to take care of. So our aim is to make it as easy as possible for our customers, especially our agricultural farmers, and to ensure that when they do engage with us, it's something that's not going to waste their time and it's not something that's going to frustrate them.
Just as a last question, Stephanus, if I in my business, I see that there is a period of tight cash flow coming. The first step I do, what do I do?
Planning is always a simple thing, and I think as rhetorical as it sounds, if you understand what is going to happen in the next couple of weeks, couple of days, you're already on the front foot. You already know what's happening. So I think it's not just about the cash flow on the one side of the balance sheet where it's putting away money, but it's also dipping into the overdraft facilities, making sure that there is bridging finance in place. And again, the bank offers a full suite of products ranging from the one side to the other side of the balance sheet. So those things are there. But again, planning, and then also the online functionality or the app functionality that we have at our disposal, where it's easy to access, log in, quickly see what is there, the service functionality that's available on digital platforms. So it's literally in the palm of your hand. So it's not that you always have to go the route of phoning somebody and having the conversation. Means simple things, checking interest rates on app, making sure what the cash flow is available. And that, as I've said, that service proposition is ever expanding based on the feedback that we receive from our customers.
Stephanus, thank you very much.
You're more than welcome.
Well, the key is have a relationship with your bank and your banker. It makes things easier. From me, Theo Foster, good day.